Do you know what the funny thing is as well? In 1829, the peelers came on the scene, yeah? And they had a discussion about whether they were going to call themselves a police force or a police service. And they actually chose force. But then they thought about it and thought, well, that sounds like we're being a bit like the army. So they changed it to service. And we live with a police service. And what do? They act as a police force. Everything is 180 degrees the opposite of whatever you see. Believe me, it's 180 degrees. Everything. You look at any of their statutes, what they say they're going to do is the complete opposite of what exactly happens. Seriously, you've just got to look. You've just got to look with different eyes. This gentleman on my left, I nearly said right, because last time I was over there. This gentleman on my left is how I've modelled this, not actually, but I've modelled this on a dear friend of mine called Mick. And Mick, when I was a youngster, I was a pain in the arse. To these boys, I was a pain in the arse. I was always up to mischief. I was always getting in trouble. But Mick showed me what a policeman was all about, because I wasn't disturbed. Actually, I'll tell you that. A lady told me the other night I was very disturbed. I needed psychiatric treatment. She did. Yeah, she did. Poor thing. Because generally you reverse it and it actually means she needs psychiatric treatment. I didn't want to tell her that though. I'd upset her enough. But this gentleman on my left, when I was growing up and I was in a lot of bother with the old Bill, I saw people who naturally were compassionate, they cared. They generally cared. And Mick could have nicked me so many times for stupid things that I'd done. And when he did nick me, I held my hands up. That's one thing I always did. If I'd done something wrong, I held my hands up, said, yeah, fair cop, you got me. You know, the Stevenage police station was basically a hotel for me when I was a kid. You'll probably name it after me one day. But Mick showed me, and I understood what a policeman was about. Since getting into this, I see this on my right-hand side. This is what I see now. Yeah, that's what he needs, yeah, right there. Get some of that.
Shut down in a second.
But this gentleman on my right is basically, it's this man's persona. Okay? Because he's a corporate employee who's a revenue collector and he enforces statutes. That's how they collect their revenue. Did we all see about the ACPO that just recently come out? Did you see that? Well, the ACPO turns out it's a company that's headed up by chief constables that are telling the police what to do. But they're non-profit making, but they've got £18 million in the bank. Now, if you can work that one out, you're better than me, because I can't work that out, because if you're non-profit making, how the hell do you get £18 million? So there you go. But this is what's basically happening. But this is because they work for a corporation. Now, what we've got is the boys in blue, who a few friends of mine in here have had a run-in with, just recently as well. The boys in blue, this man on my left, have forgotten, this man on my right, have forgotten this is what their real job is. Their job is, under the common law of this land, is to never, ever deny or delay right of justice to any individual in this land. It doesn't matter where you're from, it doesn't matter what you're doing here. They cannot deny right or justice. They cannot do it. And they're there to uphold the law, not enforce the law. Okay? With common law, there comes something called discretion. And discretion is what a jury uses. That's why a jury is so important in a court of law. Because they can null the case if they believe the law to be unjust. They can go against the law if they believe they believe the law to be unjust. And the jury can't be swayed. But what happened in the De Menzies trial recently? What happened? Absolutely. Well, that's not possible. Not in a proper court of law. So what we basically suffer under are corporate courts, and these boys are forcing statutes on you to make sure you turn up in the corporate court. Now this man on my left, this man on my right, doesn't know about this man on my left. I'm not being told this anymore, and I had this from an ex-policeman recently, Albert Burgess, has been telling me. And he says what they're being trained as This man here, they don't know about him, but they know about him. That's all they know. They don't know anything else. So when you contest this man and you say to him, am I obliged to answer your questions? What they actually say to you now, which is quite funny, because Richard, one of the admin off of TPUC, asked one of these gentlemen a couple of questions, and he got arrested for obstructing a police officer in his duty for asking questions. He sits there and he'll tell you all about it. Didn't you, Rich?
So we got no chance.
No, because I know. No. Don't jump the gun. So basically, that's what we've got. I want to show you a little video. I want you to watch this.
Put the camera down for
Can I
us,
help
mate.
you?
What?
Can I help you?
Put the camera down for us.
What? Whoa. I'm in my own garden here, mate.
Okay.
What, you come bursting down?
Filming the police?
It's not an offence at all.
It is, sir.
No, it's not an offence at all. Yeah, I'm a filmmaker, mate. I know the laws. I've been doing this for years, mate. I film the police all the time. It's not an offence.
Okay. We're telling you. that it's
What
an
section is it an offence under?
offence. Okay. It's an offence, sir.
What section is it an offence under?
I'll find out for you. If you can switch the camera off.
No, I can't switch my camera off. I'm not doing nothing wrong. I'm in my own garden. You've come round our path. I do this all the time,
Yeah,
mate.
if you can. Get this in with this on.
Get the mobile phone, the solicitor. Mate, this is a free country. You're entitled by law, yeah?
Sorry, it's Claire. Have you got a nickname number for the sergeant?
Sarge, just quickly, we've just done a stop check
Absolutely,
on
no
Welsh
problem,
Farm Road. There's a gentleman here that's filming us.
Yeah, he's in his own garden.
What's basically happening, if you can't hear this, what's basically happening, these two officers have walked up the garden path and said it's a criminal offence for you to film me. Darren's turned around, Darren, a friend of ours, and said no, it's not. They're saying yes, it is. So what they're doing is they're on the radio now to the sergeant trying to confirm that it's an offence. Because they don't know the law. Have I got to hold this? What's this for the cobwebs?
I think you've got it wrong, right? And you know what you ought to do, mate? You know what you ought to do?
What he's actually saying is, do you know what you want to do, mate? He says you want to go and petition the MPs to get the law changed, which is what's happened.
Yeah, nice one.
Some you win, some you lose.
Nothing wrong at all.
And he's, oh, bless you. Yeah, absolutely. When you hear this properly, you can watch it on our website. This is, believe it, it's just gone around the internet like a virus, a good virus. What basically is, the sergeant comes back and actually says it's not an offence. And you can hear it, and his camera picks up that they just said it. This lady officer, I should call her, tries to pick a fight, and you need to hear it to understand it, but she basically then, because they failed, and she then tries to pick a fight. They're asking for his name, they're asking for his dress. Darren didn't know what he was doing at the time because he didn't understand very much, but it's inherent what goes on. You know what's right or wrong. You don't need to be told it. It's already inherent in you. You know if you do something right or wrong, and Darren knew what they were doing was wrong. So he decided to stand his ground. As you see, they're having a bit of a discussion about it, as they do. It's what he does. He does it all the time. He goes to... No, off I go. Right. I'll explain. Sorry, that was very flippant. No. Seriously, he does do it all the time. He goes to the police meetings and films them. He actually goes in the police meetings. They have these community meetings up in Birmingham where he lives, and he goes in there and he films them because he wants to get what they say on camera, because sometimes when these people are talking, they slip up, and they slip up big time. We've recently got an MP on tape actually saying, "I'm not here to represent the people." He's actually saying it. He's questioned, and he actually says it, "I'm not here to represent the people." What Darren has done, he's done some brilliant videos. What he does is he just films these because they film him. What he says is the cameras are constantly filming him, so he does exactly the same. What's wrong with that? If they've got something to hide, which obviously they have. Now recently, as you've just pointed out, which is very true, they've just changed the statute to say that you can't film them anymore. Okay?